In this neighborhood of Northeast Washington, D.C., Officer Michael Kim is doing his rounds, each small step building on a bigger cause.
안녕하세요. We're available, and a lot of Asian community don't know about our unit. 그냥 뭘 하냐면은
Kim, who's Korean American, is part of a special team of 5 officers, making up the Asian Liaison Unit of Washington, D.C.'s Metropolitan Police Department. Its focus, reaching out to Asian American communities.
I check on the business, make sure I listen to what their problem is, if they have any issue. Also, if you have any victim of crime, I'll go visit them, give them more information.
For these store owners, the issues might be loitering or disorderly conduct. But reaching out to police isn't always so simple. For one, there's often a language barrier that the unit tries to break down. Its officers collectively speak 5 languages fluently: Korean, Mandarin, Cantonese, Vietnamese, and Thai.
One business owner told me once I've talking to me, it feels more release, stress release, basically. It's been holding so long, and they don't know how to express it. I'll see you soon, all right?
Officers have spent years building on these relationships with Asian American communities, in part by drawing on their own personal experiences.
Growing up as an Asian American myself, my parents are business owners as well, and the biggest challenges I saw growing up, being in the stores my whole childhood, was the lack of the language, understanding of the culture.
Lieutenant David Hong, who's also Korean American, runs the department's Special Liaison Branch. It includes the Asian Liaison Unit. They emphasize community policing within historically underserved communities.
When we come to these businesses, we look like them, we speak their language, it changes the tone immediately.
Hong says building these bridges is important, particularly with older Asian Americans traditionally reluctant to report crimes.
My dad and mom always used to say, don't bother them. That's an Asian thing, right? They just don't bother them and we'll take care of it.
But with the recent rise in attacks against Asian Americans across the U.S., these communities are making their voices heard much louder than before.
I'm not human if I don't take it somewhat personal. These communities and these businesses, they need help. The don't bother is not going to really work anymore.
The D.C. Police Department reports an uptick of anti-Asian incidents since the pandemic, making the work of these officers even more urgent. It's a calling that this dedicated team says it'll gladly answer every time.
It's not like a one-time stop. We keep coming back. So they know that we actually care, we're invested into the community, and that's how we build a relationship.
Frances Coe, CGTN, Washington.